Hey everybody, this is Coach Matty Vac coming to you from Work in Progress Group Fitness Center in West Hartford. I'm here today to answer our next Coach's Corner question. This one's actually a really good question. If I'm doing an exercise with a band and the red is too easy and the black is too hard, what is the best course? This is actually a really common question, and us coaches, we see this very often as we're walking around during the circuit. Somebody's using a band and it might be too easy for them, but they're not quite ready to bump up to the next band yet. So there's actually a few things you can do. Very quickly, I'm going to show you our bands. Purple is the hardest. It has the most tension behind it. Black's a little bit easier. Red's a little easier than black. And orange is the easiest. I'm going to grab the red because that's the one the question was about. When you use a band, you really have control of how much tension is behind that band, how much tension you have on it. And it's all about where you place your hands. If I put my hands about a foot apart, it's going to be a little easier. If I move them closer together, it's going to be harder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a couple different exercises and a couple different ways that you can adjust the tension on the band for those exercises. All right, the first exercise I'm going to demonstrate for you is going to be the band pull apart. As I mentioned before, your hand placement on the band really determines how much tension you create on it. If I wanted to make the exercise easier, I'm going to hold the band further apart. As I pull, you can see I'm going through my full range of motion, okay? Not super hard. If I wanted to take this band and make it more difficult, all I would have to do is walk my hands in a little bit. So I move them maybe a couple inches closer together. Same thing, I'm going through my full range of motion. Definitely a little more challenging. If I wanted to make this one even harder, same thing, I just walk it in a little more, okay? And I'm even struggling with this one a little bit now. It's probably not going to be as hard as the black band yet, but it's a way you can increase the tension using the red band. Okay, the next type of exercise I'm going to demonstrate is any type of exercise that you might have your feet inside of the band, okay? When you have your feet inside of the band, the easiest way, okay, this is not something where you're jumping. The easiest way you could change the tension is to just reach down, lift up one foot, and pull a little slack in the middle. Okay? By doing this, you're creating more tension in the top part of the band. So if we're racking up and doing something like a push press, or even just a squat from this position, okay, I'm creating more tension in the band. Now, if my feet are in here, and we're doing something like a curl jack, or a high pull jack, the easiest thing you could do to create more tension is just to move your feet closer together, okay? You could also grab a little lower on the band, creating a little slack at the top. That's going to create more tension between your hands and your feet. Your feet will also have to move through a greater range of motion, move the tension through a greater range of motion as you're going in and out, okay? Same thing, curl jack, high pull jack. A little bit harder than what it would normally be, but not quite to the level of the black band yet. All right, everybody. Hopefully this video helped you out a little bit. Remember, whenever you're doing an exercise where you're using the bands, you have all the control of how much tension you put on it. Also, if you have any questions during a class, please feel free to stop one of the coaches. That's what we're there for, to regress anything or make modifications when they're needed. Anyways, this is Matty Vac, signing off. We'll see you guys next time.